Elon Musk sat motionless in the defendant's chair as FBI Special Agent Marcus Thompson adjusted his federal badge and prepared to destroy the reputation of the world's most powerful entrepreneur, completely unaware that the man he was about to humiliate in front of a packed Austin federal courtroom had been secretly documenting Thompson's criminal activities for the past 24 months. Using resources that made the FBI's investigative capabilities look primitive. The gavel echoed through the courthouse as Judge William Harrison called the session to order, but the real drama was about to unfold as Agent Thompson, with 16 years of distinguished federal service, stood ready to expose what he believed was the most sophisticated securities fraud and market manipulation scheme in corporate history, never imagining that Musk had been using SpaceX satellites, Tesla's AI systems, and a network of private investigators to build an airtight case against Thompson's involvement in a federal corruption ring that had been selling classified information to foreign governments for over 3 years. "Your Honor," Agent Thompson began, his voice carrying the authority of someone who believed he held the future of American business accountability in his hands. "We're here today because Elon Musk thinks his billions give him the right to manipulate markets, defraud investors, and operate above the laws that govern every other American citizen. He's been using his companies as personal piggy banks, artificially inflating stock prices through false statements, and coordinating with foreign actors to destabilize American financial markets." The courtroom buzzed with anticipation as financial reporters leaned forward, completely unaware that sitting in the gallery were Department of Justice investigators from the Internal Security Division, waiting with sealed indictments for Thompson and 11 other federal agents connected to what they now knew was the largest espionage operation ever discovered within the FBI. The charges against Musk were staggering in their scope and complexity. According to the federal indictment that Thompson had spent 14 months crafting, Musk had orchestrated a $73 billion securities fraud scheme involving Tesla stock manipulation, SpaceX contract fraud, and cryptocurrency market manipulation through coordinated social media campaigns. The evidence appeared overwhelming: financial records showing suspicious trading patterns, communication intercepts suggesting coordination with foreign investors, and expert testimony claiming that Musk's public statements had artificially inflated his company's valuations by billions of dollars. The Securities and Exchange Commission had provided additional evidence showing patterns of insider trading that allegedly netted Musk and his associates over $12 billion in illegal profits. But the real story had begun 26 months earlier, when Musk received an encrypted message through one of SpaceX's secure communication channels that would fundamentally change his understanding of federal law enforcement corruption. The message came from Dr. Jennifer Park, a cybersecurity researcher at MIT who had been analyzing suspicious patterns in federal investigation databases. "Mr. Musk," the message read, "I've discovered something that suggests systematic compromise of federal law enforcement data systems. The patterns I'm seeing indicate that classified investigation materials, including details about your companies and other major tech firms, are being accessed and distributed to unauthorized parties. The sophistication suggests insider involvement at the highest levels of federal law enforcement. Hey, before we reveal how Elon completely destroys this FBI agent, hit that subscribe button and notification bell because this story gets absolutely insane. And tomorrow we're dropping another mind-blowing investigation that'll change how you see everything. For most tech executives, such a message would have been forwarded to corporate security and forgotten. But Musk had built his empire on solving problems that others considered impossible, and Dr. Park's allegations struck at the foundation of everything he'd worked to achieve. According to statistics from the Office of the Inspector General, federal agencies experience approximately 23,000 security incidents annually, with 12% involving potential insider threats. But what Dr. Park was describing suggested something far more systematic than routine security breaches. It indicated active collaboration between federal agents and foreign intelligence services. Musk's investigation began with resources that only someone of his unique position could access. He hired Paladin Security Solutions, a private intelligence firm founded by former NSA and CIA operatives who specialized in federal corruption cases. The firm's director, former NSA Deputy Director Sarah Chen, had spent 18 years tracking foreign intelligence operations and understood exactly how sophisticated espionage networks penetrated American institutions. Mr. Musk, Chen explained during their first meeting at SpaceX headquarters, what Dr. Park has identified follows patterns consistent with foreign intelligence recruitment of federal agents. These operations typically involve gradual compromise of agents through financial incentives, blackmail, or ideological manipulation, followed by systematic extraction of classified information. What Chen discovered in her preliminary investigation exceeded even Musk's worst fears. Agent Thompson wasn't just a corrupt federal agent taking bribes. He was operating as a key coordinator in a Chinese intelligence operation that had systematically penetrated multiple federal agencies to steal classified information about American technology companies, defense contractors, and space exploration programs. According to analysis by the Defense Counterintelligence and Security Agency, Chinese intelligence services had increased their targeting of American technology sectors by 340% over the past 5 years, with particular focus on companies developing advanced transportation, space exploration, and artificial intelligence technologies. The financial complexity of Thompson's espionage operation was staggering. Chen's team discovered that Thompson had received over $4.7 million in payments from shell companies connected to Chinese intelligence services, money that had been carefully laundered through cryptocurrency exchanges, offshore investment accounts, and even legitimate-appearing consulting contracts. The operation involved 17 different federal agents across 6 agencies, including the FBI, SEC, Department of Defense, and NASA, all providing classified information about American technology development to foreign handlers. But what made Thompson's operation particularly dangerous was its focus on Musk's companies specifically. According to intercepted communications that Chen's team would later obtain, Chinese intelligence services viewed Musk's technological innovations as existential threats to China's strategic objectives in space exploration, electric vehicle development, and artificial intelligence. Thompson had been tasked with not just stealing information about SpaceX and Tesla operations, but actively sabotaging Musk's companies through selective federal investigations, regulatory harassment, and market manipulation. The psychological profile that emerged of Thompson was complex and troubling. According to studies by the FBI's own Behavioral Analysis Unit, federal agents who become foreign intelligence assets often justify their betrayal through a combination of financial motivation and resentment toward perceived American institutional failures. Thompson had apparently convinced himself that American technological dominance was harmful to global stability and that providing information to Chinese intelligence was actually promoting international cooperation. Working with Chen's team, Musk began documenting the full scope of Thompson's espionage network, using capabilities that traditional law enforcement couldn't match. SpaceX satellites provided surveillance of Thompson's meetings with foreign handlers. Tesla's AI systems analyzed patterns in federal investigation targeting that revealed coordination with foreign intelligence priorities. And Neuralink's advanced data processing capabilities identified subtle patterns in federal database access that revealed the full scope of the compromise. The breakthrough in Musk's investigation came when Chen's team identified Agent Lisa Rodriguez, a 12-year FBI veteran who had been assigned to Thompson's unit and was clearly struggling with the ethical implications of what she was witnessing. Rodriguez fit the profile of what counterintelligence experts call a moral injury victim, an agent whose fundamental beliefs about national service had been shattered by exposure to systematic betrayal of American interests. According to research by the Center for Strategic and International Studies, federal agents experiencing moral injury from exposure to corruption are 78% more likely to become whistleblowers if approached correctly and provided with adequate protection. Musk's team spent 5 months carefully cultivating Rodriguez, using techniques developed by former intelligence officers for recruiting assets within hostile organizations. Rather than confronting her directly, they arranged for her to receive information about federal whistleblower protections and the legal immunity available to agents who report espionage activities. It took 8 months of careful approach, but Rodriguez finally agreed to provide inside information about Thompson's espionage operation. What she revealed was a systematic betrayal of American national security that extended far beyond simple information theft. Thompson had been coordinating with Chinese intelligence to identify and neutralize American technological advantages, providing detailed information about classified defense projects, space exploration capabilities, and emerging artificial intelligence developments. The evidence Rodriguez provided was devastating. Audio recordings of Thompson discussing specific classified projects with foreign handlers, financial records showing payments for delivering particular pieces of intelligence, and documentation of a systematic campaign to sabotage American technological development through selective federal investigations. But Musk wanted more than just Thompson. He wanted to expose the entire network of federal agents who had betrayed their oaths to protect American interests. Working with Rodriguez as an inside source, Musk's investigation team began documenting the full scope of the espionage network. They discovered that Thompson's operation was connected to at least 6 major Chinese intelligence units, 12 technology companies that served as fronts for intelligence gathering, and a network of academic researchers who had been recruited to provide analysis of stolen American technological developments. According to analysis by the National Counterintelligence and Security Center, foreign intelligence services typically require 18 to 36 months to fully exploit compromised federal agents, but Thompson's network had been operational for over 5 years. The scope of classified information that had been transferred to Chinese intelligence included detailed specifications for SpaceX rocket technology, Tesla's battery development research, advanced AI algorithms, and classified details about American space defense capabilities. The national security implications of Thompson's espionage were staggering. According to assessments by the Defense Intelligence Agency, the information stolen by Thompson's network had accelerated Chinese technological development by an estimated 8 to 12 years, providing them with capabilities they would not have achieved independently until the 2030s. The operation had compromised American advantages in space exploration, electric vehicle technology, and artificial intelligence development that had taken decades and billions of dollars to achieve. The fabricated case against Musk was sophisticated and convincing. Financial records showing suspicious trading patterns, communication intercepts suggesting market manipulation, and expert testimony claiming securities violations all painted a picture of systematic corporate fraud. Thompson had spent 14 months building the case, convinced that destroying Musk would eliminate the greatest threat to Chinese technological advancement and complete his mission for his foreign handlers. But Musk's legal team was prepared for Thompson's attack. Led by former federal prosecutor David Martinez, one of the most experienced national security attorneys in the country, they had spent months preparing for the moment when the espionage network would try to neutralize Musk's companies. They had compiled comprehensive evidence of Thompson's treason and were ready to present documentation that would expose not just his individual crimes, but the entire Chinese intelligence operation within the federal government. On the morning of the trial, Thompson stood before Judge Harrison convinced that he was about to destroy the career and companies of America's most innovative entrepreneur. The courtroom was packed with financial reporters, technology executives, and espionage network associates who believed they were about to witness Musk's complete downfall. What they didn't know was that sitting in the gallery were Justice Department investigators with sealed indictments for Thompson and 17 other federal agents. "Your Honor," Thompson continued, his voice growing more confident as he presented his fabricated evidence, "Elon Musk represents everything that's wrong with unchecked corporate power in America. He's used his wealth and influence to manipulate markets, defraud investors, and undermine the regulatory systems that protect ordinary Americans from corporate exploitation. His companies are built on lies, his success is based on fraud, and his continued operation threatens the integrity of American financial markets." Musk's attorney, David Martinez, stood slowly. He looked at Thompson with an expression that mixed professional courtesy with the satisfaction of someone who had been waiting 2 years for this moment. "Your Honor, before Agent Thompson continues with his presentation, the defense would like to introduce evidence that we believe will completely reframe these proceedings and expose a threat to American national security." Martinez activated a large screen that had been installed in the courtroom. "Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see is the result of a 24-month investigation conducted by Mr. Musk into what the Justice Department now recognizes as the largest espionage operation ever discovered within the federal government. Agent Thompson, I believe you'll find this evidence particularly relevant to your own situation." The room fell silent as the first piece of evidence appeared on the screen. Satellite surveillance footage showing Thompson meeting with known Chinese intelligence operatives in a Washington, D.C. parking garage. Then came the financial records showing $4.7 million in payments from Chinese shell companies to Thompson's accounts, followed by audio recordings of him discussing classified SpaceX and Tesla information with foreign handlers. Agent Thompson's face went white as he realized that his attempt to destroy Elon Musk had just exposed 24 months of espionage activities to a courtroom full of Justice Department investigators and international media. The evidence was overwhelming. Satellite surveillance, financial records, communication intercepts, and documentation of a systematic effort to steal American technological secrets for foreign intelligence services. As federal marshals moved forward with handcuffs, Musk finally spoke. "Agent Thompson, for 2 years I've watched you betray everything this country stands for while hiding behind your federal badge. You thought you could destroy American innovation to serve foreign masters, but you've only proven why we must never stop fighting to protect our technological future." The aftermath was swift and devastating for the espionage network. Within a week, coordinated arrests across 6 federal agencies had resulted in the detention of Thompson and 17 other federal agents, the identification of over 200 classified documents that had been stolen, and the seizure of $23 million in payments from foreign intelligence services. The evidence that Musk's investigation had provided led to what national security officials called the most significant counterintelligence breakthrough in modern American history. 6 months later, Musk stood before the Senate Intelligence Committee as they passed the Technology Security and Federal Accountability Act, new legislation requiring enhanced background checks for federal agents with access to classified technology information and criminal penalties for federal employees who provide classified information to foreign powers. "Sometimes," he told the assembled senators, "protecting American innovation requires us to risk everything we've built. But there's no greater responsibility than ensuring our technological advantages serve humanity's future, not foreign adversaries." The investigation ultimately resulted in the conviction of Thompson and 16 other federal agents for espionage, the recovery of hundreds of classified documents, and fundamental reforms to how federal agencies protect classified technology information. Most importantly, it proved that even the most sophisticated foreign intelligence operations couldn't withstand the determination of someone willing to use cutting-edge technology to defend American interests. Agent Thompson received a life sentence for espionage and treason, while the dismantling of his network prevented the theft of an estimated $47 billion worth of classified American technology developments. Musk's courage in risking his companies and reputation to expose this espionage ring protected American technological supremacy and created new standards for defending against foreign intelligence threats. Today, SpaceX and Tesla continue to lead American technological innovation while implementing security measures developed through Musk's counterintelligence investigation. His battle against federal espionage proved that protecting American innovation requires not just brilliant engineering, but the courage to fight for the principles that make technological progress possible.